Hello there, I'm Ketra, the executive producer of Warcraft Radio. We began almost 18 years ago with a simple podcast called Saturday Nights with Athelis that soon became a full-blown radio hub featuring other shows centered around World of Warcraft. Since then, we've been a large part of the Warcraft and Blizzard communities. Today, with that legacy in mind, I am excited to announce that we are expanding under our new name, Bonus Roll Productions. Warcraft Radio was founded by Gareth Athelis Kales in 2004 during World of Warcraft's beta testing. Over time, the station grew while adding several prolific names to its roster. Eventually, it shut down in 2010 while its members drifted off to other video games and real-life commitments. We came back with a vengeance in 2019 with the release of WoW Classic and have mostly been focused on Warcraft-related games ever since. We produce a number of podcasts focused on Blizzard games. We've provided coverage and daily recaps of several of the recent Race to World firsts, and we offer a podcast directory listing every active show that talks about Blizzard games and allows users to leave reviews and filter their searches. As we all know, 2021 was a difficult year where some troubling things came to light about the inner workings of Activision Blizzard. Many content creators began to expand their coverage to additional video games, and we also began to reevaluate while supporting Blizzard employees and their efforts for better working conditions. Ultimately, we realized that we also have a desire to chat about other games, and thus we are expanding beyond the Warcraft universe. Now don't worry, our love for World of Warcraft will remain at the heart of what we do, and we will continue to offer all of our current Warcraft-related podcasts and provide coverage of our favorite Blizzard games. So, what will be different? It starts with our upgraded podcast directory. We have already added and will continue to add podcasts featuring other games. While we are primarily focused on featuring podcasts covering other MMOs at the moment, the directory will continue to expand until we are open to any podcast that discusses video games. We're also excited to offer new features within the podcast directory and a support network for video game podcasters. We will dive into that more deeply in a moment. In addition to the expansion of our podcast directory, we are also adding 3 new shows to our lineup of Bonus Roll originals. Let's take a look at these new shows and at all the shows on offer at Bonus Roll Productions.
Hi, I'm Raven.
And I'm Shanty.
And we are the hosts of The 10th Divine, a brand new podcast to Bonus Roll Productions focusing on the Elder Scrolls community.
The show will shine a spotlight on ESO content creators through interviews in a casual, conversational format every other week.
We are launching just in time for the High Isle expansion at the beginning of June, and you can find us at bonusroll.gg or at 10th Divine Pod on Twitter.
Tracer, Rhine, and a lot of C9s. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect Overwatch podcast, but Mr. Miles and Creek accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction: salty tangents. Thus, Experimental Card was born. Join our hosts, Mr. Miles and Creek, as they take a deep dive into their love of all things Overwatch.
So I was playing through Heavensward again on New Game Plus, and I discovered something unusual about Harshaphant. Did you know that he apparently has 2 different earrings equipped? No, really, it's true. He has an extra piercing.
You can make fun of him itself all you want, but I literally have a Harshaphant shrine in my basement.
Would you consider it holy?
Oh my God! If you had this, I would burn it down!
You can find more chaos like this on a podcast Reborn, a Final Fantasy XIV community podcast on Bonus Roll Productions. Never adventure alone.
And now I'd like to introduce you to two of the many incredible people behind the scenes here at Bonus Roll Productions. First, we will hear from Caleb Pride Carroll, our creative director, who will give us an overview of the new features within the podcast directory. Then, we will hear from true villain Manny Thomas, our influencer relationships manager, who will give us a preview of how we will support the podcasting community.
Hi, I'm Pride, host of But Wait, There's Lore and the creative director here at Bonus Roll Productions, and I am super excited to share with you guys all of the exciting new and refreshed features of the Bonus Roll expanded podcast directory. For our users, we have made it easier than ever to discover your perfect podcast. We can now search the directory for things like hosts, podcast, content tags, games, and so much more. Anything in the listing is searchable, and that's pretty freaking awesome. We've also added new ways for you to sort the directory. We've expanded our content tagging system, as well as added additional filters, with even more to come as we continue to develop this podcast directory that we have rebuilt from the ground up. We've also overhauled our review system to allow for users and podcasters to comment, agree, disagree, have those big giant internet fights, respectfully, of course, and just generally allow for discussion upon the reviews and things of that nature. We've also added the whole face up, thumbs up emoji thing because, I mean, yes, it's weird, but it also helps us highlight some of those really awesome reviews or really helpful reviews. Just allows us a way to, differentiate from one review to another that might be good and might be bad. For our podcasters and content creators, each of our podcasts listed on the directory will now have its own show page where each creator will have more control than ever over what is displayed, what content is displayed on that show page. As with the directory itself, we are going to continue adding features to this in the coming months as we continue to develop things. And so more control will be coming your way, and more things to display on your show page will also be on the way. Very excited for what the future holds on that, so stay tuned. I think you guys are really going to get a kick out of it. A new feature that we've created, and I'm going to have to sit here and read this this paper here, this teleprompter that they've provided for me, because there's actually quite a bit here. I actually prefer to wing these things, but this is kind of important, I've been told. So we're going to read from the paper. It says, a new feature that we've created is the Content Creator Dashboard, which users and creators can access because, let's face it, a user is just a creator that hasn't created yet, right? That's right. Get to creating. Everybody needs a podcast. You'll be able to edit your profile, edit all of your podcast information, as well as add a new podcast to the directory. In big bold letters here. It is worth mentioning, however, that all new podcasts do go through a review process. So no shenanigans from you guys this time around. We're on to you because this is, after all, the internet, and it's the Wild West out there. You guys get it. But now, speaking of the Wild West, I'm going to turn it over to the true villain, Manny Thomas, who's going to talk to you guys a bit about what we're going to do at Bonus Roll to help support you content creators and podcasters and the greater podcasting community for the time being. Manny, take it.
Hey, I'm the true villain, Manny Thomas, and I'm the influencer relations manager for Bonus Roll Productions. While I may be considered a villain by some, honestly, today we're all heroes. As influencers, as content creators, as streamers, we are all champions in our communities. We bring the excitement, we bring the joy, we bring the passion about the games that we report on. So Bonus Roll Production wants to help you in that adventure. I'm excited to be here today to talk to you about what Bonus Roll can do for content creators like you and like myself. As we embark on this new name, we honestly just want to stay true to what got us started in the first place. Quality production and enthusiastic communities. We all put a lot of effort and energy into our content, but sometimes podcasters, streamers, and all content creators need other people to talk to, and we need resources to call upon to help us. Bonus Roll Production really has several things that I know you're going to love. The first thing is the podcast directory. Our creative producer, Pride, has talked about that earlier, and it's truly a great way for already engaged audiences and players to find other great podcasts like yours. Beyond that is the featured podcasts that are going to appear on our front page. This section will frequently change. It's going to be anything from a rotating selection of shows covering popular games and new releases to big, exciting events and monumental happenings in the industry. So if you have a big event on your show or have landed that interview of a lifetime, submit that to us, and we can shine a spotlight and turn more ears towards your accomplishments. Now, as players come across your podcast, they're going to give feedback and reviews. Our system allows you to respond directly to some of your most active listeners. You will be able to have that direct interaction and respond to those comments. Now, this is great for constructive feedback, but sometimes you are going to get some unwelcomed incidents. Don't worry. We are going to have moderation on our Discord and on our directory for such occurrences. Now, I am getting a little bit ahead of myself because I am mentioning the Discord. These resources are great, but there are some times when you are going to need aid. You are thinking about a different project and you would need an ear. Well, we have the Podcaster Discord. The Podcast Discord is a great place where you can talk with other people who are in content creation. You can bounce ideas off of each other. You can speak about different initiatives that you were considering and get people who have maybe had experience with that or are considering it themselves. That kind of community is invaluable. But it's not just that we get out of the Discord. In the Discord, you can submit requests for additional moderation that we may have missed. You can put forward ideas that we will consider for future updates. And of course, stay updated on where the directory is going and updates that occur there. All this is ready and waiting for you right here on day one. But that's not where we're stopping. There's going to be a lot more coming in the future, and I'm hoping to be reaching out to each of you with things for you, your show, and of course, your most ardent fans. If you host an MMO or Blizzard podcast and you have at least 4 episodes, reach out to us and we will include you in the directory. You can sign up for an account at bonusroll.gg, and I hope to be hearing from you soon. For now, I'm going to pass it back to Ketra.
We are committed to bringing you exciting content from your favorite creators about your most beloved games. To keep updated, you'll find our website at bonusroll.gg. And make sure that you follow us on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch at bonusrollgg. You can join our Discord at bonusroll.gg/discord. Thank you so much for all of your support over the last several years. And remember, never adventure alone.